And look, I'm always looking for guests that are going to inspire the up and coming consultant to really help them understand, what is possible for them beyond their career, beyond their careers in consulting. And I think your journey is a perfect case study of how many different experiences you can have in one organization on the way to the top. I mean, was that a conscious choice to get multiple experiences, or was it simply opportunities were presented at the time?
It's probably a bit of some and some. I mean, I've always been ambitious, and so I've always been very clear with my line manager and with other leaders in the organisation that I wanted the opportunity to take on roles that really stretched me and would develop me. And so, the discussion that we had probably about 12 months before I went into the operations role, when I was the State General Manager of Victoria, was really one around, well, what was I lacking in terms of my skill set? So, I'd done all this strategy work. When people describe me, it was, she's a really great thinker. She's really smart. She's very structured. The thing I guess I'd really lacked is leadership of a very large group of people, like that piece around how do you lead a large group of people, inspire them, get them to all work towards a set of ambitious goals. And so that shift into operations was really set up to facilitate me being able to develop that capability, because I went from, the largest team I'd ever had was about 300 people at that point, to when I ran Victoria, I had 23,000 people reporting through to me. And so it's an army at that point. You've got to spend almost 90% of your week just talking about, do I have the right people in the right places doing the right stuff? Versus my prior roles, where I probably would have spent 90% of the week thinking about, well, what's the right answer to this problem? And it's just very different. And so that was quite a considered choice in putting me into that role to develop that capability.
And
sorry.
Please carry on.
I was going to say, I think the transition to the ELT was also quite a considered choice. So we actually had long discussions about what was the right role for me to go into when I was promoted onto the ELT, and to not take on a role that was too big in the first instance, so that I could get used to operating at that level, to the leadership requirements that you have as a senior leader within an organisation as big as Coles. And so going into the HR director role, which was sort of seen as something that I'd be able to get my arms around and manage, was again something, we were quite proactive in terms of making a deliberate decision around.